DemBoyz coming at you again.
Where you just can't get enough of them boys talks. It's Jay Noon coming back at you again. As always, this ain't a one-man show, so everybody introduce themselves.
It's King Bob.
Axolotl, the human bottle.
Unfortunately, our friend, It's Still Pickles, will not be joining us today. He's busy today, but it's okay. He's with us in spirit as our chief analyst and chief executive director for art.
Accurate.
Yeah,
The sudden job assignment.
So, anyways, all right. So, usually we do our regular monthly themes. Today, we're actually going to be doing a new segment, and it's actually going to be called Spontaneous Sundays. So, today is a Spontaneous Sunday episode. So, we hope you guys enjoy. Essentially, we're just going to do whatever movie we want. You know, any movie that comes out or anything we're just interested in or any requests, you know. So, this is like an extra episode aside from our regular themes episode. Today, we're going to be reviewing The Gray Man. So, we're going to be talking about, you know, many moments, characters, all these things from the movie. So if you haven't watched the movie, this is a big spoiler alert. Shut us off if you haven't watched it. If you don't care about any spoilers, then feel free to continue listening. Just a plug, make sure you guys follow us on our Instagram. It's DemBoyzTalks with the Z on the DemBoyz, and regular S on the talks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for that clarification.
Wonderful. As always, we're going to start off with a good old synopsis. Who's going to do our synopsis? Usually Dill does our synopsis. Who's doing the synopsis today?
So, first things first, rest in peace, Kill Dill, who will be missed.
It's Dill Pickles.
Dill Pickles.
He goes by many names. That's
Dill's not dead, guys.
He lives on in many people.
we had to substitute as the plot describers for today, but we'll do our own little version.
We'll do our best, man.
We'll do our best.
Try to hold it down.
Yeah, Dill, we miss you. But
The Gray Man stars Ryan Gosling, ex-convict turned CIA secret agent assassin man, who bites off a bit more than he can chew in his latest assignment. Now his old boss has some questions about his last homework assignment, and the outlook isn't Microsoft. Also co-starring Captain America as Captain Asshole, and Anna the Arms returns to be another spy thriller in 1 year.
wow.
Gotcha, bitch.
That was quite a different turn from the usual plot description. We're gonna need Dill Pickles to check back in ASAP, Rock. Can I get a repeat on the Microsoft line, please?
Just 1 second. Give me.
No, hey.
Take your time.
Now his old boss has some questions about his last homework assignment, and the outlook isn't Microsoft.
That's a reference to.
Yeah, people know. Bro. I think that was really solid. Usually, hey, that's as good as we're gonna get. All right, great movie. I think it was a very straightforward movie. Just your good old action film. Ryan Gosling, amazing guy. You know, he always plays these stone-faced,
Cool as a cucumber.
cool as a cucumber guy.
Yeah.
So overall, very enjoyable. I would highly recommend you guys go watch it right now. I mean, flexible on the highly.
Make up your mind, my man. You can't be loosely throwing around highly recommend.
So how do you guys feel?
That movie was good, man. It was a nice ride. Ryan Gosling again, man. He's really stepping up his game in terms of. I remember back when he made Drive. It's like very much more stoic version of this type of role. But man, he's been going a bit more comedic with his shit, and it's hitting. It's working.
Yeah, I don't think you see listed there in the genre as comedy, but there's a comedy there.
Oh, definitely. I think it's because Chris Evans himself, like he always, and he used to do rom-coms, so I think it kind of like he's able to kind of play around with it a little bit more, like be comedic in his villainous role.
Which rom-com?
Yeah.
Like he was in
Crazy Stupid Love. Was he Crazy Stupid Love?
Dill would be able to tell you.
Okay, while that's looking up, I'd just like to discuss what Axolotl, the human bottle, just said. What did you just say?
I said, and outlook isn't Microsoft.
So
Amen to that.
So Chris Evans has been in playing it It Cool, What's Your Number, The Nanny Diaries, and Before We Go. Those are all rom-coms.
Yeah, not one of the what?
Yeah.
He was in
No,
one
but
that-
they look like rom-coms.
So
I
essentially,
believe you.
I guess like, but he's also a funny guy. Like I think Dill
Yeah.
was saying like he's naturally a troll. Like even in
Yeah.
whenever he's like on set, he always pranks the other Avengers.
Mm.
So I think it's funny. But he's hilarious. Ryan Gosling's hilarious.
Yeah, and like a stoic, cool. They're fighting each other to the death, but they also like you wouldn't really notice it based on the way they're talking to each other.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm bleeding.
It's a lot of blood.
That's
It's
essentially
a lot of blood.
That's essentially it. Oh, I'm bleeding. That's
He
funny.
had some funny lines. Chris Evans had some funny lines.
It was Chris Evans had a line. What was that line that?
He said
Because I got shot in the ass, Suzanne.
That was good. That one was good.
That was
that was
good.
good.
Yeah.
You also had one about you just said Ryan Gosling is like a shoe in his
Oh, pebble in his
his
shoe.
and,
Pebble in
I'm
his
like-
shoe.
and then he
And
empties
proceeds to empty his shoe out with pebbles.
Pebbles,
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
So it's just it was just like your regular action John Wick type film where just a lot of fight scenes, a lot of shooting scenes, with a little bit of comedy in there.
Yeah,
So I think
lighter tone than John Wick's pretty dark.
Yeah, John Wick is pretty dark. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Overall, the plot was very straightforward. I don't think I had any issues really with it. It was just a very simple
Like
plot.
nothing did not make sense. Two negatives. What does that mean?
Did not-
That means a yes.
Everything made sense. Everything made sense.
Yeah.
Right? There was no like weird plot hole or surprise
No.
twist.
Nothing glaring.
No, there's no
Nothing that
surprise
would, like-
twist. Nothing.
Nothing that I would say is off.
Kind of surprised there was no surprise. It kind of felt like a type of movie where there would be kind of a surprise twist. Where we were saying
Yeah.
who's the big boss, but it was just some general.
They kept referencing like, because
Old man.
they're trying to like service their career. They're just working for a big guy,
for the big guy.
and they never.
Maybe you think it's a reference to like the president?
Oh.
It's all coming down through the president.
Mr. President.
Oh, we just gave away our country.
Oh, God,
we're not in Canada.
I'm gonna just
Toronto.
I'm going to keep that in there.
36 million people. It's okay. There's 36 million people here.
Anything else to add to the plot? Really? Nothing.
I mean,
right?
like let's summarize it.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling. He went to jail. He's gonna be stuck there for a long time for something he did when he was younger. CIA gives him an option to work for them. He works for them. Then they want to get rid of him because they know too much. They've been
new boss comes in, doesn't like the whole program.
What they call the program, the Sierra program, right? Or Sierra system?
Something like that.
Essentially,
Sierra.
like they have like Sierra 1, Sierra 2, Sierra 3. Ryan Gosling's character is Sierra 6, and essentially he finds out that they end up just killing all of the other Sierras because what's the guy's name? Denny's?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bridgerton dude.
Yeah, the
yeah.
diner, yes.
Yeah, essentially the new boss doesn't like the system like Axolotl said. So now they want to kill his ass, right? Chris Evans plays the antagonist to his character.
He's a hired.
Well, he was
Independent contractor now.
yes,
but
Former agent.
He tried the program, dropped out very quickly.
he doesn't like the rules, so he's
Yeah.
essentially just he does things his way, and he's pretty sociopathic, so he goes around just murdering people for fun.
Yes,
right.
yeah. But every time he's on screen, you're pretty sure he's about to murder somebody. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yes.
he had some good kills in that.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
yeah,
He
yeah,
did.
yeah.
I'm telling you, you missed it.
That's unfortunate. Like him killing what was it the
The-
John Mayer kind of guy.
No, not
John Mayer
Mayer.
type
I
guy.
thought, what was his name? We didn't know his name, but he was just the guy who got trapped in a well.
Didn't
Yeah, he
didn't
looked like
Axolotl call him John Mayer?
He looks nothing like John Mayer. He
Man.
looks like Ethan Hawke. Damn, Rob.
You ain't wrong. No, you wrong. You wrong. You wrong. Yeah. Chris Evans played a really good villain. It made me laugh. I think he's always wanted to play a villain because his Captain America role is so he's such a goody two shoe in that role. So for him to be able to just be like be a complete asshole. It matches his character very
awesome.
well.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
listen. He was a bad guy in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he was.
Man,
He
his
played like a
eyebrows
douchey
were crazy,
guy.
Oh,
bro.
you're right. Yeah. He did
They also fought. They fought at Castle. I'm losing my voice. I'm vanishing. They fought at Castle Loma, and I'm pretty sure this movie was also filmed in Castle Loma. It's not. It's absolutely not.
No, it's
But they're
not.
just two castles. And then he was also a bad guy in Knives Out.
Yes.
So he's got a thing going opposite of Captain America thing.
Essentially, he's trying to show everybody that he has range. Like, he wants to show everybody that he's able to play a really good guy and then a real douchebag.
Man, he's doing a good job at it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like this, Man, he was a bad dude, and he stole the show whenever
Yeah,
he
he
was on camera, man.
He definitely stole
Damn.
the show.
He did. What else happened in the plot though? That's it.
I think that's essentially it. Well, actually, the Chris Evans, he kidnapped the daughter of the niece of one of the older guys who recruited Ryan Gosling's character into the agency.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton, is that actually it?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Oh yeah, interesting. So that's essentially he kidnaps the niece or the daughter, and then
It's
Ryan
not the daughter. It's the niece.
so it's the niece.
You can fix that in post.
Yes, the niece. So Ryan Gosling goes and tries to save the niece. So it's
Yes.
because they have a connection. That's generally the plot. Ryan Gosling ends up winning in the end. Solid plot. I think very solid plot.
Straightforward action movie plot.
Straightforward action movie plot.
What do you think about the bleeds into themes? But what do you think about this? It's probably like the only theme really is this whole what like the way his dad treated him as a kid is kind of how he is now. Like what is that? What is that?
Trauma.
Trauma.
Trauma is the theme. But the thing is, I felt like I don't personally feel like there was much of a lesson. Like there was nothing really. This movie wasn't teaching us anything.
No, for sure.
It was actually just a pure action movie, and I think I remember us talking about it before, like the difference between a simple and a complex plot, or a simple and complex character. And I think in this movie, the plot was very simple, very straightforward. Maybe a few symbolism, like symbols, like for instance the tattoo that he has. I think
the
Axolotl was
Sisyphus one?
talking about. Yeah, Axolotl, can you explain a little bit about the Greek mythology that he was talking about with this tattoo? Was it Sicily? But essentially,
Sisyphus.
I think Sisyphus,
Yeah.
where he was mentioning about something about being told this Greek god was being told to push a boulder up a hill, and I think the niece asks him, does he even like doing it or something like that, and he says probably not. So it's like representing him as a person and him just doing all these things for this agency, even though he doesn't necessarily enjoy it or he doesn't like doing it.
Right.
Like, he's not necessarily dead. Like, the
Right.
thing with the Sisyphus legend, trust me, I'll watch a YouTube video on this. But yeah,
he's an expert.
Yeah, man, he was like a Roman emperor or something like that. I guess it was Greek. But yeah, he was cheating the gods out of death like a couple times. He just played them, and he lived like a pretty good life until he eventually got caught. But as a kind of matter of respect, but as like a torturous sort of way, they can't really put him in Hades, so he's just forced to live. Like just continue carrying a boulder up the hill,
Right.
Which is kind of like Ryan Gosling's character. He's not in jail, but you're always going to be working for us.
Always gonna be working.
Like, and you'll do it indefinitely.
Yeah.
You'll be in our service.
Right. I guess in the end though, does he kind of break out of it by breaking? I mean, they'll be chasing him down, but is he essentially breaking out of it, taking the niece with him?
I think so.
Like, I guess that's
Like,
him breaking
that's
out
what
of
we gotta
the,
hope.
Yeah. What happens to that god in the end? Is that it's just that's it? He just keeps on pushing the.
Yeah, that's the moral of the
That's-
story.
Some more stories. You mess with the gods, you're gonna get punished for all eternity.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she says, she asks him, does the god ever actually get to the top of the hill? And he himself says, I'll let you know when I find out, kind of thing. Or he doesn't know. So maybe that's just representative of his mindset and his mentality being in this agency, is that he doesn't really know when he's going to get out of it. He's just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Right?
And at that time, nobody ordered him to get killed yet. So
Yeah, exactly. Very, very cool. Very interesting.
yeah, but I think that's as deep
Yeah.
as the ocean goes on that one.
There's honestly, like, in terms of themes, there's nothing else. Absolutely nothing else.
Really.
Yeah. They did a good job with the setting. Like, nothing too...
Just lots of different locations.
Right.
I guess that's it.
I guess that's the setting, right?
That's the setting, you know.
Yeah.
Well, they fought. It's an action movie, so they fought in planes. They fought in like streetcars. They fought in like those, like their unique situation. I've seen many movies where they fight in those things, but but I guess that's their setting. Is they're not just fighting in the alleyway.
Right.
It's not like grungy New York fight
Yes.
scenes or
Right,
whatever.
right,
It's all
right.
historical European
Expensive
architecture.
European.
Right,
yeah.
right. Do they do a good job of setting it up to be like a CIA agent movie, like an agent action movie? Do you feel like they did a good job of setting that up from the beginning?
I guess they set it up like he's part of them, but he's also not part of them. He's like an outsider, part of the organization. So at any point he's disposable. So he's not really for them, and that's I guess how he gets turned. I guess with covert secret agency stuff, it's always like, oh, you say the wrong thing, they can end you. I guess that's if that's what you mean.
Right.
That's about it. That's
I
all.
think so too. How about you, Axelrod? What do you think?
Man, I feel CIA, they always just value that plausible deniability stuff, man.
They did in that last meeting. They just kind of put the blame all on what's his name, right?
Lloyd.
On the dead guy.
Lloyd
Yeah.
Hansen.
Yeah.
So Chris Evans.
Chris Evans,
Right.
yeah.
When truth is, their director, the guy, Denny's.
Denny.
He was actually behind the hiring of him.
yeah.
So they're covering up and blaming it on one guy, right?
What did you say, Axe, about the director Denny? What did you say when Denny's was acting up?
Oh man, when Denny was talking to what was the girl's name? The one from Iron Fist.
I don't actually know him.
Suzanne. Yeah. When Suzanne was like acting up in front of Denny, and Denny was talking all that garbage, I was like, man, how about you stick to breakfast, Denny?
That's a reference to the well-established American diner Denny's, established in 1892.
Wait, is it no? Those are false facts.
Famous
Don't
for
listen.
their Grand
false
slams.
facts. They're false facts.
The Grand
They're
Slams.
definitely false facts.
Choice of bacon or sausage.
Maple syrup with that, sir?
Is it actually American? It's not Canadian.
Oh,
No, it's
Denny,
not Canadian, bro.
Denny is a full-blooded American.
That's American, bro, for sure.
Okay. Well, see, I don't know. We gotta check the Wikipedia page.
Y'all got
He doesn't
Cora's
believe
over
us.
here, and even Cora's I think might be.
No. Cora's is definitely
American.
American.
American?
definitely
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
Y'all got Sunset Grill over here.
Yo,
No, I think that's American.
That's American,
I'm
dude.
sure that's American.
You know what? America just owns breakfast, bro.
I mean, but the great big American breakfast that is
Is an
American.
option.
That's like that is the staple in America. But who am I to talk? We don't know. I don't know, at least.
We're out here saying Casa Lomans, so
This is by far not a factual examination of the movie.
No.
At all means.
But yeah. I also think like we mentioned, Ryan Gosling, huge range. Chris Evans, huge range. Who's his co-star? The girl, Ryan Gosling's partner. Do you know her name?
Anna
Anya de Armas.
Dude, she is phenomenal.
was she?
She was in the Keanu Reeves movie where her and her co-star come and knock on the door, and then it's like supposed to be a thriller.
That's a while ago. Right?
Yeah, that's a long time ago. She was in that movie.
She's in Knives Out.
She was the nurse.
Yeah. And
She was a nurse.
And she's also in,
That's
in
awesome.
the Mission Impossible. What's the one with?
Was it Mission Impossible?
No, Mission Impossible. Sorry. What's the other spy one?
007?
Dill likes?
Casino
No
Royale?
Time to Die.
No, like the new one, the newest one.
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. Yeah. She's the main female.
Oh, wow. Okay, Dill would really like it then. He would really like it. But yeah, she did a good job too. Like she was real badass. Played a real badass character. Yeah, like I liked her a lot too. But Ryan Gosling, I think after The Notebook, he just decided that he wasn't gonna do the romantic comedy stuff anymore. Or not even romantic comedy, like romantic drama. But he did La La Land. What's La La Land? I didn't.
Musical, no?
Yeah,
It's more musical, and it's more. I guess it's romantic musical. Yeah. So,
for sure.
but other than that, like he's done Drive, like Axel said, and he's done this movie. And
He did Crazy Stupid Love.
Crazy Stupid Love.
That was
He's
a
in
nice.
Blade Runner.
He's in Blade Runner too.
Yeah.
Blade Runner's a remake.
It's
Yeah.
rated really well. I've just never finished watching. I never watched the first 5 minutes. I was like, Batista's in this one too. He's in all these sci-fi spacey ones. Guardians of the Galaxy, Dune.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely in a lot of movies now.
Yeah.
Batista. Power bomb.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Is it Batista Bomb?
Batista bomb. Yes, but the move is called a power bomb.
Yeah, it's just when Batista does it.
But it's when
It's
Batista
special.
does it, it's called a Batista bomb. I know my wrestling knowledge.
I shouldn't question. Apologies.
Don't doubt.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Ryan Gosling's?
I mean, I guess he's supposed to play an emotionally stunted. It's the only way he can do the job that he's doing is by being this kind of person. So he has to say a lot while showing very little emotion. You know what I mean?
Right.
His only emotional scenes are supposed to be when he's interacting with the niece. Does it work for you?
I guess that's the only complex part of Ryan Gosling's character is that they try to show you that he is an emotional person and that he does feel for the niece's character, and I think that's the sweet part of his character.
He's a sweet man. And I think he has the best pain sounds in the acting game.
Oh, okay. Can we get just like a little bit of
Can we get a little bit of an example? Axolotl, come close to the mic, please.
What was that?
Can we get a can we get another sound, please?
Okay, hold on. He just gets stabbed.
So
he falls off the roof. Okay. Okay, now oh, sounded awfully familiar, like the last. Okay, now he gets stabbed in the left. They miss the kidney and the liver.
Accurate, very accurate.
Axolotl,
the human
impersonation.
Oh.
Axolotl, the human
person. Wait, what do you
We can
mean?
fix that in post.
But yeah, he's a great actor for pain.
Oh man, he's good at that.
Well, he
does.
does that on purpose because his character was trained by his dad to not feel pain, right?
Right.
That was the whole like they showed us his past, and he said like it shows that his dad was like saying if you feel pain you gotta suck it up essentially, and so I think that kind of trained him to be like that. And so Axolotl's interpretation and impersonation of it was phenomenal, spot on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Directing was
I'd say that's one of
awesome.
the directing / cinematography was up there. They use a lot of.
know-
I think they use a lot of. Okay, aside from the repetitive drone shot.
yeah, yeah, the repetitive drone shot that was excessive.
Now, was
man.
it supposed to represent like the ins and outs of being a spy?
Nah,
a
dude.
spy who goes in and out. You'll know.
Yeah.
So if you guys are gonna watch it again because it's your favorite movie,
Mm-hmm.
then you might gonna notice that there's about 56 drone shots where they kind of zoom into the location a little bit to the left and then a little to the right, up into the air, and that's your location. So, what's your name again? Jay.
It's Jay Noon, you dumbass.
Jay Noon, when he noted this, I mean, you couldn't miss it because it 53 times after that it happened.
Kept
So,
happening.
so when you get a chance, go back to watch the movie again.
So that's a doc. I get it.
And just acknowledge the drone movement directing.
but you know what? There's something spy-like about drones. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Like if I was a spy, I'd use a drone.
A drone to do what?
To spy. What are you?
But yeah, no. Overall, directing, I didn't like the drone stuff. But you know what? It makes sense.
The drone stuff was sick.
When you guys talk about it, it makes sense.
How else are they gonna show a location? Just that aerial one shot and then they're there? No, you gotta.
Well, the thing is,
Show
they,
movement,
they-
dynamism, dynamic shots,
Dynamism?
dynastic.
Dynamistic.
Okay, yeah. So, but so overall, how'd you guys feel about directing? Like, I don't really know.
I thought it was. So these are apparently the Russo brothers. Marvel.
Oh, the Russo brothers. Yes.
What movies have they done?
Well, they done all the Marvel. They've
Not,
done
good ones.
not
MCUs.
all the Marvel.
But they did a lot of the MCU stuff.
We're gonna have to ask our.
The first phase like stuff they did a lot of.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, like,
They
they
also
did.
did like the first season of Community.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So that's the comedy, and that's how they got Chris Evans on board because there's clearly a
MCU.
shared resume there.
Yeah. I think they did, like, other than the drone, I think their directing was really good overall.
I think that there's a good with the cinematography. There's a lot of colors.
Yeah. Like the scene where they're in the plane and Ryan Gosling's fighting with the.
The smoke canister.
yeah,
A
the
lot of
smoke
neon,
canister.
purple, blue colors. You notice that?
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like that. Like, I imagine Bullet Train is gonna be kind of like that. Like
Same
the
color scheme.
Same color scheme.
It's supposed to be a
cinemat-
very nightlife Tokyo. I'm sure,
Right. Exactly.
Let me give you their discography real quick. They did You, Me, and Dupree, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Oh wow.
I mean, that's quite a discography.
Together or just one of them?
No, together. The Russo
They're
brothers.
a package
They're a
deal.
package deal.
They're a package deal.
Wow.
It's like Millie and Vanilli.
So if we were directors, we shared the role, what would they call us?
DemBoyz
Directed
Talks.
by DemBoyzTalks.
But I don't really know. DemBoyzTalks wouldn't really work. It would have to be DemBoyz Directs.
DemBoyz directs.
Yes, he's starting a new brand there, guys.
Oh.
But how do we know? How do they know who to look to for guidance if there's four of us?
Well, we're the one directing, so we're all guiding. So
We're a package deal.
we're a
package
package
deal.
deal. Exactly.
So we-
So yeah, Russo,
Yeah.
they did a phenomenal job. Just as always, cinematography was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the lighting, the shots that they did with Prague. I mean, I don't even know if it was really shot in Prague.
Dude, with CGI now, that could have been shot on Namek.
So you don't even know, really, to be honest. I have no clue how it would be shot. So
You think Namek was shot on Namek?
Yo, they'd save money by going to the real location.
Listen, man,
I mean,
Namek,
the sky's green. That could just be a green screen.
there's no such
shit.
thing as Namek.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. But yeah, I think overall, other than the drone stuff, okay, never mind. I'm gonna stop saying that because the drone stuff was actually okay.
It's
It
sick.
makes sense.
It's
It makes
okay.
sense.
It's
It
okay.
makes
It's
sense.
okay.
They did use it a lot.
They use it a lot. It's always to the left, up a little bit, and then to the right. I mean, you kept talking about the drone shots, so I started seeing that there might be a little bit something to this drone.
I see.
Couldn't unsee it once you
couldn't
said
unsee it.
I see.
I feel it's like when you figure out a new slide transition in a PowerPoint,
And then you
all
overuse
the
it.
slides
Right.
transition.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
You're just milking it now.
Milking it,
That's so true.
yeah.
I've
Wipe
done that.
left, wipe left, right
I-
now.
I've done that before in Windows Movie Maker. You always do that.
You use a transition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Prezi?
I never used
it,
Prezi.
but groups did. There was groups that did.
Yeah, it's so extra. It's
what?
always the same, like, zoom in to the next slide, zoom in to the next slide. It's like, yo, stop.
It doesn't. Is that the one where it starts off like a big zoom out on the thing and then it zooms into each side?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not even a transition. You're just zooming.
You're just zooming
Well, then that's
Like a drone.
and that's exactly why I don't
Like a
really
drone.
like the
Like
drone.
a drone.
like a drone.
Like a
That's
drone.
that's essentially why I don't like the drone stuff. But you know what? I think if they didn't overuse it, it would be fine. Because
like-
because they didn't just use it for like the title of the place that they were at. They used it like in the middle of a transition scene, right? So I felt like it was too much. But I respect it.
I respect it.
Hey, listen, they got a resume that means they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
But
fair.
it's possible the drone guy was just a little lazy, and the Russo brothers got too many things to worry about, and they're like, "Who is he? Oh, well, he's good. We'll trust him." And then they see the final result. They're like, "Honey, my movie's on Netflix. Put it on." And then they're watching. They're like, "What's going on with these drones? Damn!"
So it's a drone guy with a little bit too much pride. But yeah, no, cinematography, directing, Russo brothers, you can't expect anything less. I think they did a great job, especially with the action scenes.
Yeah.
How they filmed and cut the action scenes. Like they clearly know exactly what their vision is. Even with the fight scene on the streetcar? The
Yeah,
streetcar.
the
That was
streetcar.
sick. That was
Oh
sick.
my-
That's like essentially like Shang-Chi's like bus scene, right?
Oh man, it was.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there were like a lot of cool, like subtle things with the environment they did with it.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
you know when you're on a streetcar and then it's been a minute.
It's snakes.
But it's snakes, right?
Yeah.
So you'd see Ryan Gosling just waiting till the turn happens, and then he can get the
shoots,
shot on
yeah.
him.
Right.
Or he'd look to the side on the outside where the glass buildings would let him see the reflection
That's so
and see
true.
how
Yeah,
close the
those
guy
are-
was
yeah.
for the
yeah,
shot.
I like that actually.
It was
Like
basically-
those little
It's about
small
cool
environment
kills.
things.
You know, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Like understanding how it's like to be on the streetcar and him knowing that, to using that to kill them. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm
That's
sure
very
he's
true.
ridden the TTC streetcar before.
Who you talking about? The Russo brothers or Ryan Gosling?
the Russo brothers. No, I'm talking about Ryan Gosling, El Canadien.
Exactly. Oh, the music that they used in this movie,
Fire.
fire.
Like, I don't think they have a lot of. I mean, I'm sure they had original soundtracks, but like there's a lot of it was songs that they placed well.
Right.
Right.
Like during the action scenes, I'm pretty sure it was original score, but like the songs that they did use,
That
like
stood out were the
solid songs.
songs that they chose.
It was like Silverbird.
That's
the one I
know.
Silverbird. That
Yeah.
one was really good. There was another song that they used, like a French song. I really like that song.
Yeah.
That they used. I
Yeah.
forgot the name of it. Yeah.
It was that song you said was used in Kill Bill.
I don't
Kill
even
Bill,
know
right?
if it was used in Kill Bill anymore.
It could just
like,
be a French song.
It was a French song that I know because it was used in one of my family road trip movies.
What?
Yeah, it was like random. Like it was one of those
Like
songs.
who? Like your dad put
my
it
dad,
in?
my dad put it in, and I was listening to
French
it.
song?
Yeah, I was listening to it. I'm like,
Oh.
oh, I know that song. It's in Kill Bill, right? No, it's actually in my
Family
family
home
road
video.
trip home video.
Wow.
Your
not joking.
childhood was Kill Bill?
I don't know.
Now hold on. If the song was in Kill Bill, were you in Kill Bill?
What are you even saying? What are you even saying?
Yo, are you Bill?
All right, enough with the tinfoil stuff.
Yo, guys, no. Let me go. Since you mentioned tinfoil, I've been looking into that MK Ultra shit recently. Do you know about that shit?
MK Ultra.
What's that?
Explain for the viewers.
MK Ultra is
Closer to the mic.
okay. So I've been looking into MK Ultra, which is like a secret underground American government project where they were supposedly giving people LSD and different psychedelics to figure out and play around with the idea of mind control, like setting up secret agents who would forget that they completed a mission and things like that. Like you could
Is
just
this like a
on and
documented reveal?
Is this the premise of Us?
This is a real thing.
A real government, like 70s thing, or this is like
Yeah, like-
recently uncovered?
What's it called? There have been so many like Stephen King like references that type of stuff a lot in his works. Like I don't know if you watched the Firestarter.
No.
No?
Was Zac Efron?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
one. But yeah, this was like a real government project where they were giving people acid and like having them trip out.
I know that there was a experiment. Like now we're really going on the tinfoil. But this is real. This is documented.
It's true, man.
That the American government, when they were trying out birth control pills, they didn't want to test them on Americans, so they tested them out on Puerto Ricans, who are technically Americans, but they're they're Puerto Rican.
Was that actually documented?
Yeah, I saw it in a documentary.
Oh, how long ago was that?
And so some of them would, they were trying,
Like
30,
40,
40 years.
50
You've heard
years
about
ago?
it? You've heard about it?
Yeah. Well, like they.
So some of these women, they couldn't give, because they were giving them huge dosages because they didn't know what the right dosage was.
That's actually
They
crazy.
experimented on them. Yeah, crazy. So this is like
Here you go.
Axolotl's just showing me the news article about MK
NPR
Ultra.
history.
Wow, Axolotl, you weren't lying.
But hey,
I don't lie.
Just to bring this back home, the movie is about what the government is doing. And now I'm starting to feel like we're a conspiracy theorist podcast, which we're not. But it's to bring it back home. It's because the movie is just kind of it's leaning towards governments doing things secretly and pushing the blame on something, and assassinations in other countries and stuff like that. So that's me covering the tinfoil stuff. So
Well,
this is
Axolotl
not for
kind of
educational purposes.
You know I love this.
Axolotl kind of started it. Bob kind of finished it. So that was how we got at it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, generally, how did you guys feel like enjoyment wise? I definitely I had fun. I had a good time. Like I think that's exactly what this movie is, a good time.
If you go in expecting to see, an ex-convict who's had a rough life, he's PTSD, and you're not getting any of that. He's had some tough times, but it's a John Wicky. John Wicky.
It's essentially it's a John Wicky type movie where Ryan Gosling plays John. He's like John Wick, but then it's the reverse where they're sending a bunch of people after. Actually, no, John Wick too.
They do
Actually,
send them
they
after
do.
him too.
It is. So
But it's a little like Taken. Like girl gets taken, so I will find. I've never watched these movies, so I'm just impersonating
You've never watched
Liam
Taken?
Neeson. I'm just impersonating Liam Neeson. I will find, and I will kill you.
So yeah, generally what we're saying is that it's
You've seen it.
yes,
How was it like it?
Yeah, no.
but essentially it's just it's not a very complex movie. It's a very straightforward movie. Like I said,
if you go into it with a simple goal of being entertained with some exploding and cool
you like
kills,
and you like yeah.
then you'll your expectations will be met.
Great fights.
Right.
Yeah. If you like Ryan Gosling and you like Chris Evans and you like to see them fight, hop on in.
Right.
Enjoy the ride.
Right.
So let's get to our scores, guys. Like how was what was your score?
So my score, there were some good rated sections. Like I think I gave cinematography and stuff pretty good, but there were some lower rated sections like themes, just because there really isn't any. So at the end, the score seems a little rough, but I think it's just because it's not perfectly balanced. I gave it a 6.9.
Wow. Okay. Well, I also agree with Bob, and like we mentioned, no themes were there, so it was very low. I got some high scores for directing, characters, and all those things, but overall, I got a 7.5.
Okay. I'm out here looking like a critic.
How about you, Axolotl?
Man, I went kind of a different direction. I gave a bunch of high scores, I'd say, looking back on it. The only thing I kind of gave it weak, arguably weak, would be plot. But even after that, I ended up with an 8.6.
8.6. So just through the peer pressure of friends, I feel the need to raise my score to a 7.0.
All right,
Big changes.
It
man.
honestly doesn't really change that much.
Really
but-
moving the needle.
But you know what? but you know what? Well, how'd you feel about themes?
The themes? I gave it the same score as my plot.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Which
And
is
they were both pretty
pretty
they were the weakest.
average. Yeah. Same with me. Same with me. So yeah, okay. Well, our final score is actually a 7.6. Pretty good movie.
8+
That's
is
solid.
silver?
8+ is silver.
It's
So
silver
we don't.
seal of approval.
Unfortunately, this movie does not get a DemBoyz seal of approval, but it definitely gets our recommendation.
You can still have a good time. My enjoyment was still an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, my enjoyment was 8.5.
Yeah,
so solid, very solid movie
I gave
overall.
it a 10 enjoyment, man.
Oh wow,
I like that.
Axolotl is not
the human bottle. Yeah. Well. Anyways, I think this has been a great first episode of the Spontaneous Sundays.
I'm sure Dill will be back shortly with us. You just busy at the time. Please God, he's not dead.
Yeah, get it back.
He's
But-
not dead.
But definitely check us out. We're gonna be releasing our regular episodes every Tuesday, and Dill will definitely be there. But yeah, all right, great. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, it's the DemBoyz signing off.
DemBoyz coming at you again.